Hey guys, it's Brennan the Paleo Dude, and I'm finally back with another Jurassic World figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Wave 3 Dino Escape Fierce Force figures. These ones are the Dilophosaurus and Chialingosaurus. I've been really looking forward to getting this new Stegosaur, as it has the most phenomenal tail spikes. Look at that. Way more imposing than Stegosaurus, but this guy's really tiny. I find it really cute that they decided to mirror the paint job a little bit. You can see it's somewhat similar to the original Stegosaurus's greenish colorations, but they added a splash of orange onto the front legs, and I love how they painted those little hooked spikes sticking out of the arms. I was actually surprised to see that head, you can make it look up, but not really down. It's got a little bit of a stopper there, but you can make it look up at taller dinosaurs since it's so tiny. You can see on the back here, it includes the Wave 1 figures, and then the albino Dilophosaurus. I think that's very cool, which we'll tap into its history in a second. But yeah, another odd feature, you can see up there the head swings back and forth, and you'd expect the tail to do that, but when you move the body side to side, from what I see, the tail doesn't really have that much movement. It's when you move the tail side to side, the front of the body does, and I'm assuming that little spike, it's supposed to, thrash similar to the Sauropelta. When you turn the tail, those side spikes thrash. It's a little bit of an odd action feature there. I wouldn't see why they would do the opposite and have the tail swing, but whatever, it kind of works. With the Dilophosaurus, you can see the package has this cutaway part, so when you activate the frill by pulling up on the tail, it doesn't collide with the box, which is actually really nice. I love the chubby look of the face. As they're trying to get the teeth to fit into the mouth, so they make the head a lot wider. Kind of reminds me of Yoshi. When I first saw the first wave, the first version of it rather, I thought, yeah, Yoshi face, right? Very wide, very lizard-like. But that's okay, because they have to fit the mouth mechanism and the frill mechanism, which I find really awesome. I'm glad that they reused this figure and gave it a very stunning paint job. Like, I'm a big fan. It's very ghostly. The back coloration actually fits in nicely. It's not too dark. It doesn't stand out too much, but it's just enough to make it look kind of natural. And the frill, oh my goodness. They gave it an even lighter color white, and then some like bloody vein color patterning. So the pattern on that looks phenomenal, and I'm loving the frill color too. It's also a slightly different type of red. Okay, so let's free these guys from their packaging. I really want to get a herd of the Chialingosaurus. A friend of mine down in the States got some on sale for like $8, I think. 8 or 9? 8 or 7? Something like that. So now I'll be having a cute little herd of it. Since it's such an obscure species, I'm starting to get multiple of the new species that come out. Good for photography and whatnot. Okay, so let's yeet the package. Let's free the Dilophosaurus as well. Come on. Here. Where should I cut? Maybe the bottom? There we go. Yeet the box. And there they are down there. I don't know why the camera is so high up. Let's quickly readjust. Get down on their level a bit. Like that. Wow. Okay. So I know a lot of fans are not the biggest. They don't really enjoy the paint job too much, and I can see why. When I first saw the promo images of this guy, I was also not really too happy with what Mattel did. but having it in hand, it looks a lot better than the promo images. I like the matte coloration on it. It's not shiny, which is a bonus. And you can see what they actually did is there's a lighter blue, kind of like a sky blue, that runs from the first body segment down the second, and then actually on the tail. And that has a nice wavy pattern, whereas there's more of a splotchy pattern over the hips and down the body. So I love the two tones of color. I think it's nice that they did the underbelly and the front legs a different color. It's not too often we get to see this type of patterning. Usually the front and back legs on Mattel figures are the same color. So it was a bold choice by the Mattel design team, and I think, despite many fans not really enjoying that, I like the change up a bit, because it's somewhat realistic to how maybe this small dinosaur would use that bright colored area to warn predators not to attack it, because yeah, it's got those little tiny little deadly spikes there, which is kind of weird. They're not too big. Usually Mattel emphasizes certain parts of the dinosaur, like the tail spikes here are absolutely gigantic. Same with these plates. And I like how they kind of angled them out sideways a bit more, like the dinosaur may have, or would have been using them as defense and less as display, or vice versa. But yet they left this tiny little hook horn right there. I'm going to test this out real quick. Maybe they did that so it doesn't collide with the body when moving the legs, but you still can't really rotate them up, even though you can see there's still space there. So I don't think it would matter the size of the little armpit spike, but still, they left it tiny. And the head, very, very Stegosaur-like. We can bring in the OG Stego. You can see they even painted the beak like the original with that bone white color, kind of yellowy. The eye is the same color too, which is very interesting. They've got that orange going on with that. So that's pretty neat. Obviously they've got a different skin pattern. It's a little bit more Komodo dragon-like, I guess, whereas the Stegosaurus is more large scale, bumpy. They also gave it an interesting amount of large scales, kind of like rocky scales, around its front legs and its sides, but the rest of the body does not have those. So that's some interesting textures that they're including on this figure already. Kind of reminds me of Kentrosaurus with the smaller plates on the front of the body and then the more spikier plates down the back. I'm super excited to get that Kentrosaur figure, rather, once I order it. I'm probably going to get it on Target because it's pretty cheap there. We can get the scan code for this guy real quick before we move on to the Dilophosaurus. And hopefully this comes through. Come on. Oh, we almost got it. Almost got it. There we go. Okay, and I'll probably do a scan code video after this with the Savage Strikes I have so far. I'll have to order the Tanystropheus lineup on Entertainment Earth. I'm going to bite the bullet, and we'll quickly grab the Dilophosaurus scan code real quick. There we go. As you can see, I have wave 1 back there. So the Dilophosaurus obviously has that fun feature where you pull the tail up, and it does the frill, chomp, roar, whatever. The legs have a little bit of freedom. The arms you can pose. I find the arms cute. They're in the little grabbed, pronated wrist, anti-pronated wrist. They've got the broken wrist syndrome, which is nice. Very characteristic of a Jurassic Park dinosaur. I think it's cute. I like it. You can see the ribs are molded onto the body there, which is really nice. The underside of the neck kind of has some like amphibian-like patterning on the skin. It's a little bit lumpy, a little bit veiny. And I say that back coloration It's simple and nice. It's kind of fragmented. You can see some parts of it kind of crumbling down the body, which is pretty cool. And it's got a very long tail. I love the tail length on this figure. You can see on the basic figure, the tail is quite small in comparison. Well, the actual, there, if we match the tail lengths up, it's a lot bigger than the basic figure. So this one here is the Destructosaurus basic Dilophosaurus. So it's got the little magnet in its mouth that it uses to attack the crates. This one's from 2018, and it was a very limited release in certain countries. I don't think it came to the US for a long period of time, but you can see some similarities with this white Dilophosaurus. It's more of a sandy brown with the red pattern along the back and a kind of red splotch pattern on the frill, which is very reminiscent of the first ever Dilophosaurus figure that was released. But you can see it shares a very similar color pattern with it, but this one's a lot browner. It's weird, they painted the toenails on this one, which is interesting, because usually with this color Mattel figures, they don't even bother. So the eye is also pink, and since it's this lighter color, I always thought, hey, it's like an albino Dilophosaurus with the pink frill, pink eye, and like this whitish color. But now we've got an even whiter Dilophosaurus. Sadly, it does not possess a pink eye. It's got a white eye. Kind of missed opportunity to have a continuity effect where this is a more updated version of this guy here, which I can totally see if it would be the case, except for there's a lot of differences between the two. So it's whatever if it's not. But I thought that's pretty neat that we're getting a lighter Dilophosaurus, more white, like we did in the first lineup. So yeah, no, I love this guy. Super cool. I'm excited to do photography with it. It's kind of like a ghost, have it lurking in the background. And Dilophosaurus usually gives off that vibe because we don't really see it a lot physically in the franchise. You can hear it, we get glimpses and whatnot. And from the new Camp Cretaceous episodes, having them in a swamp is very, ooh, ghostly, right? But yeah, no, it's haunting, chill noises, and maybe Dominion might use this color, maybe not. I mean, all the promo images I've seen of Dilophosaurus, it's not really this color. They have it like more of a green, I think. Green, brown, orangey. But yeah, no, I love this Dilophosaurus, so it's great that they made this figure as a repainted version, and it's nice to have a new mold in the lineup, and it fits well with what we've got so far. You can see Chialingosaurus, and let's take Herrerasaurus, Spinoceratops. Nice assortment of new species in the smaller lineup, making for a very like diverse grouping. This is what I keep referring to as the dinorivals lineup of, I guess, this newer toy waves. The lighter color and the nice species diversity is really like bringing the toy line to life in a sense, which I love. I love the new species. Whenever Mattel makes a new species, I'm always looking forward to the more obscure ones, as well as the ones that, you know, deserve more appreciation. Like Chialingosaurus is in a lot of media. And I think this guy's in the Evolution video game. I can't remember. I haven't played it in such a long time. I, for some reason, did not get the new Evolution 2. I'm just too busy with schoolwork to play a park builder like that. But I enjoy watching the videos on YouTube and whatnot, playthroughs. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely check out my other Jurassic World toy reviews. And I'll see you all in the next video then. Bye-bye.